Who do you want me to be? Do you want me to be your manly mentor, your father figure of sorts, the one who helps you realize this is all a perceived problem about hair loss instead of an actual problem, to help you with that paradigm shift? That's who you have elected me to be in your life. What I figure could be an interesting idea for a video about hair loss is with the full beard, with the receding hairline. What if I just kind of do like a 360, sort of slow 360 situation? Because I know a lot of you, well, most of you are not losing your hair. You're not balding, you're not bald. And I made a video recently talking about how Bald Cafe, I suspect that most of his viewers actually are young and bald. Whereas for me, most of my viewers are young and not bald at all. Maybe don't even actually have even this much of a receding hairline, but they're worried that one day they will. So it's a matter of understanding those different demographics. So I think it could be interesting and relevant for you, knowing that's probably who you are watching this video. Because if you were bald on top, you'd be watching Bald Cafe or you'd be watching Max Da Silva instead of me. So what I want to do, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this happen because of the free market supply and demand. It says that you want this, is worth your time. So I've got kind of a 360 mirror situation. What I want to do is get this angle just right and just really kind of slowly turn and kind of let you see. Something we don't talk a lot about, I think, is the way our hairline, once the temples start receding, how much of your head, your forehead ends up getting exposed. So I think it's good to kind of show different angles. And you can also see the beard. I think the beard is probably about 2 weeks old. And I'm simply just trimming the neckline, maybe not the right way, but I just like to kind of round that off. What I don't like for beards is like where it just goes along the jawline. I don't think that's a good beard. I want a beard that makes you look like you're in the Grateful Dead or something. More of a backwoods kind of beard. So there we go. So here's kind of a 360 situation. Now as I'm turning around, you'll be able to see the back of my hair. And this is a good moment to be able to assess any thinning you see specifically in this region. Because as someone who likely will not be completely bald on top anytime soon, which knowing that I'm already just a year and a half away from turning 40, I think it's interesting to look at that spot because this is often a weak spot for men who will be at least having thinning going on. You could be a guy who keeps your hair like this your whole life but then have a bald spot. That could be me eventually, you know, when I'm in my 50s, but I really just want to give you a moment to really focus on the back of that. Get a good look there. So there you go. This is everything you wanted. Now I went bonus footage. I'm going to stand over there so you can see a full body shot. It's funny because most of the time I'm just kind of like a head, like just in your face. But with this studio, this actually, I'm at my parents' house this weekend. This is my sister's bedroom growing up, which is now like where the kids sleep when we're in town. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stand over there and you can see a full body shot. It's funny, I was thinking, do some of you, like, if you meet somebody famous in real life and then you meet them like, wow, they're kind of small. I thought you were bigger on TV, or I thought you were bigger on YouTube. So I wonder, I always remind you, I'm not tall, I'm 5'9", I'm not short, but you know, if you met me in real life, most of you would be taller than me. So this is what I would look like in real life as far as what I look like as a human being. Is this working out right? I don't even see oh, because I don't have my glasses. I don't have my glasses. So I guess I was in that shot. Thing is, I can't wear them because in this room, there's too much of a glare and I don't want that going on. So for these videos, at this time of day at least, we're not gonna do that. But it's a matter of, I just know that with this beard, I need to really make at least this video and maybe another one to just really show it off. Because I definitely firmly believe beards look good on men when they're done right. It's definitely a masculine look. I think it definitely absolutely complements a receding hairline because that specifically is a masculine trait, to have a receding hairline and to have a beard. That's masculine, and that's something you want to embrace. I know so much of my demographics, people watching my videos, are younger guys obsessed with their looks because they don't have any skills or abilities. They don't know if they're good or bad at. They don't know how to make people laugh. They don't know how to make other people feel good about themselves because they don't feel good about themselves. They don't know how to at least pretend to be confident, even if they're not. And it's paradox, because it's like, well, this concept with the younger generation after me is, well, that you want to always look youthful. And for me, my generation, I think we embrace the fact that we're getting older, and we embrace explicitly masculine traits that men have. And it's normal to be losing your hair, or at least even mildly. It's normal to have a beard. That's a masculine concept. If you're a female, you don't want a receding hairline. Well, I know that a lot of men don't, but specifically, that's a masculine trait. When people think of receding hairlines or even balding, it's masculine, it's not feminine. As a man, it's not your problem to worry about. It'd be a problem if you were a female. That would be traumatic. But as a male, it's expected. It's also expected to have a good beard. So, by all means, if you've got any sort of noticeable receding hairline, even if it's very subtle like mine, because keep in mind, this is how most people see me in real life. If you were looking at me right now, can you imagine not how you would think, but how most people would see me? They're seeing a guy, ultimately they're seeing a guy with a beard, if anything. If they're physically looking at me, they're seeing a guy with a beard. They're not noticing my hair. My hair is not extreme. It'd be one thing if I did have a shaved head, it'd look awesome, I will say that. But beyond that, my hair really doesn't matter. Men assume that they're judged by their hair or hairstyles. No. Men, it's kind of gay, if anything, that men watching my channel are so caught up in judging each other's looks, when in reality, men are not judged by women by their looks, but instead by what they are able to accomplish and do and provide. So imagine how kind of gay this thing is. I mean, and I've pointed this out before, but we need to be more open about this concept, that to have 7,600 people watching my videos now, obsessing over something so artificial as looks, and specifically, explicitly masculine looks, and we're in judging each other and comparison, it's kind of gay. And I don't mean that in any kind of disrespectful way to the gay community. I mean, it literally it's thinking like a gay man. And I think I probably need to be more open about this. If you're gay, welcome. I'm glad that you're here, and you absolutely have a place in my audience. I'm happy that you're here. But the point is this: straight men should not be thinking, how can I be attractive as a man to men? We need to be thinking, how can I be attractive to females as a man? And I've said it so many times when surveys are done. Women are asked what makes a man attractive, and in the instructions it doesn't say physically, it just says makes him attractive. They list all these other things. Hardly any of them have anything to do with his looks. And even if they do, it's probably that he's, quote, tall, dark, and handsome, which, look at me. I already said I'm 5'9", I'm not tall. It helps that I've got some Mexican background that help some of the darker features, but handsome, okay, sure. But see, handsome is quite general. Anybody can be handsome. Robin Williams, I recently watched a special that was on HBO, and when you see him in his younger years, my wife was watching with him, and she said, wow, he was really a handsome man. But handsome is not the same as this very, almost like guys comparing each other to themselves to other men on social media. It just really becomes gay. And I think you have to, I'm challenging you in this video. This video wasn't supposed to be about this. This was, I'm going to turn it around 360, look at me and my beard. But ultimately, the revelation I'm having by the end of this 10-minute video is, a theme that I really need to focus on more is, if you're watching my videos, I challenge you to start thinking like a man trying to imagine what it means to be attractive to a woman, not what it means to be attractive to another man, especially a gay man. If you're straight, if you're a straight man, you should be getting into the psychology of what makes you attractive to women. And I tell you again and again, it's less about how you physically, it's more of like, you can have a basic bro look for the most part, and you're good. That's it. That's all you have to worry about for your looks. You just have to have all the other stuff right. Like being confident or pretending to be, knowing what you're good and bad at, knowing how to make people laugh, knowing how to communicate with people, make them feel good about themselves, how to help other people, those sort of things. If you can't get that right, you're tuning me out because you're still trying to be attractive to other men, even though you're straight, and that's weird. Be attractive to females, knowing that they're not judging you on your looks, they're judging you on the things beyond your looks. It's not as superficial. But remember, what is superficial? The way men are attracted to women. Because it's a different mindset. Straight men are physically attracted to women because of mostly of how they look. That's the first thing that they're going to notice, and that's a lot of the driving force. And then beyond that, it's, well, is she like crazy? Is she like a psycho? That's how men think. Women don't think that way. Don't think like a gay man if you're straight. That's what I have to say to you. I'm actually very happy we had this discussion because this is very important. I feel it in the character arc of you as the audience. That's what needed to happen. And I promise you, these videos are unrehearsed. I was going to make a 2-minute video where I just did a 360 and like, oh, here's what it looked like. But no. This is much more important. This is intellectual conversation. Are you continuing to think like a gay man even though you're straight, or will you accept my invitation, if you are straight, to start thinking like a straight man who knows what makes a man attractive? Which it goes back to the concept. Why are there 20-year-old men that could grow no hair on top, but still, you look at their girlfriend like, wow, he ended up with her? Exactly. That's what I'm telling you, because he's not thinking like a gay man. He's thinking like a straight man who knows how to attract females, not men. Your thoughts belong right here.